Alright. Let's get ready to go live. Alright. Let's get ready to go. Alright. Let's get ready to go live. How about we go live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a deep breath. Hold for 3, 2, 1, and relax. Alright. Let's get ready to go live. Let's get ready to go live. Alright. Let's get ready to go live. Take a deep breath. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Alright. Let's get ready to go live. Alright. Let's get ready to go live. How about we go live? Alright. Let's get ready to go live. It is February 4th here in Twilight Zone Old Peking. The year is 2026. It is 8:21 a.m. and the outside temperature right now is 27 degrees Fahrenheit, so just below freezing. So it's mostly sunny with a high today of 56. Wow, it's getting a little warmer, right? You about ready to go shoot some pictures, kiddo? Alright. Let's get ready to go live. Okay. Alright. Let's get ready to go live. How about we go live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Blessings, y'all. Welcome back. FM Radio's Frank Bundy coming at you once again like Finnegan. Broadcasting from the Central Kingdom of the Celestial Dragon, Twilight Zone, Old Peking. I hope you are doing well, Wayfarer, wherever you are, whoever you are, and whenever you may be receiving this message. Let's get ready to go live. Take a deep breath. Hold for 3, 2, 1, and command yourself to relax. As you inhale, imagine your holy guardian angel standing above you. Beatific, shrouded in white gold white light, scintillating white light, red gold wings vibrating at a high frequency. Inhale, aspire to your angel. Exhale, you and your angel are one. Join me in a moment of prayer. Holy art thou, Lord of the universe, the vast and the mighty one, creator of heaven and earth, maker of all things visible and invisible, master of both the light and the darkness, he who was, is, and always shall be. We adore thee and we invoke thee. Send us one of your divine spiritual agents, our holy guardian angel, to protect and guide us through the innumerable snares of the earthly sphere, and a cleansing wind to disperse all negativity and endless human opinion. Teach us those secret things which we must know, completion of the great work and the glory of thine ineffable name, Adonai. So it is commanded and confirmed. So mote it be. Amen. All right. Holy art, eh? Hail unto thee, who art raw in thy rising, even unto thee, who art raw in thy strength, who travellest over the heavens at the uprising of the sun. Tahuti, Lord of magic, we invoke thee.
Invocation of Thoth. Procul, o procul esti profani, ar lasti ompeda. In the name of the mighty and terrible one, I proclaim that I have banished the shells unto their habitations. I invoke Tahuti, the Lord of wisdom and of utterance, the God that cometh forth from the veil. O thou majesty of the Godhead, wisdom-crowned Tahuti, Lord of the gates of the universe, thee I invoke. O thou of the ivy's head, thee I invoke. Thou who wieldest the wand of double power, thee I invoke. Thou who bearest in thy left hand the rose and cross of light and life, thee I invoke. Thou whose head is as an emerald, and thy nemes as the night sky blue, thee I invoke. Thou whose skin is of flaming orange as though it burned in a furnace, thee I invoke. Behold, I am yesterday, today, and the brother of tomorrow. I am born again and again. Mine is the unseen force whereof the gods are sprung, which is as life unto the dwellers in the watchtowers of the universe. I am the charioteer of the east, lord of the past and of the future. I see by mine own inward light, Lord of resurrection, who cometh forth from the dusk, and my birth is from the house of death. O ye two divine hawks upon your pinnacles, who keep watch over the universe, ye who company the bier to the house of rest, who pilot the ship of wrong, ever advancing onwards the heights of heaven, Lord of the shrine which standeth in the center of the earth. Behold, he is in me, and I in him. Mine is the radiance wherein Ptah floateth over the firmament. I travel upon high. I tread upon the firmament of new. I raise that flashing flame with the lightning of mine eye, ever rushing on in the splendor of the daily glorified Ra, giving my life to the dwellers of earth. If I say, come up upon the mountains, the celestial waters shall flow at my word. For I am Ra incarnate, Kefra, created in the flesh. I am the eidolon of my father Tamu, lord of the city of the sun. The God who commands is in my mouth. The God of wisdom is in my heart. My tongue is the sanctuary of truth, and a God sitteth upon my lips. My word is accomplished every day, and the desire of my heart realizes itself as that of Ptah when he createth his works. I am eternal, therefore all things are as my designs, therefore do all things obey my word. Therefore do thou come forth unto me from thine abode in the silence, unutterable wisdom, or light, or power. So, Hermes, Mercury, Odin, by whatever name I call thee, thou art still nameless to eternity. Come thou forth, I say, and aid and guard me in this work of art. Thou, star of the east, that didst conduct the Magi, thou art the same all present in heaven and in hell. Thou that vibratest between the light and the darkness, rising, descending, changing ever, yet ever the same. The sun is thy father, thy mother the moon. The wind hath borne thee in its bosom, and earth hath ever nourished the changeless Godhead of thy youth. Come thou forth, I say, come thou forth, and make all spirits subject unto me, so that every spirit of the firmament and of the ether, upon the earth and under the earth, on dry land and in the water, of whirling air and of rushing fire, and every spell and scourge of God the vast one may be obedient unto me.
So it is commanded and confirmed, so mote it be. Amen. All right. Welcome back out there in Happy Land. Hope you guys are doing well. We're just chilling here at the Casa, Wizard Warrior, Wanderer, and Wayfarer alike, wherever you are, whoever you are. And whenever you may be receiving this message, keep doing good magic. It's interesting to me that I was downloading a new bit of software, and this program that I used launched like a pop-up window to show me the download, but it's like stuck on all of my pages. It just appears there. And I'm like, how do I turn that off? Why do they feel like they need to intrude on every single little thing and let you know, I'm still here. I'm still here waiting in the corner. That seems like a very Microsoft issue, right? But I'm not using Microsoft. I'm actually using, what's it called? Macintosh, Apple. I'm on a Mac, so it's a little bit weird to me. Greetings to Hero Song 1977. I'm guessing that might have been the year you were born. 1977, man. That's a kiddo. You're a young man or young woman. Heron song. I think it seems like a heron is a kind of bird, like a crane. Can't remember exactly. And then welcome to the show, Parallax. J-I-4-Z Jaizu. Parallax Jaizu. It's interesting to me why people like when they register a YouTube account. I guess these aren't like your primary accounts, maybe. 1977 is the year of the fire snake, so you're 48 this year. All right, good magic, good looking out. It's right around my ballpark, so that's why I know that so accurately. I'm 54 this year, so I'm a little older than you, 5 years older than you. So yeah, welcome back, everyone. I was gonna say, it's interesting to me that people, when they choose a YouTube name, they choose to add like ending numbers that kind of just add confusion to the name itself, like the little extra add-on like parallax. And then you've got JI4ZU. Is that just something pre-selected by YouTube because you're not using your primary account or something? Anyways, it's a little interesting to me, so just pointing it out. It always throws me off a little bit, like it's static in the signal in my mind. Mojo Shop, even the one on the end of here for like Mojo Shop 1. I guess if you have other like monikers that you use, right? Like Mojo Shop 2, Mojo Shop 3, I guess it kind of makes sense, but it's still, it just creates static for me as a reader, an old school trained reader, I guess. I got to kind of roll with the times, right? Learn to adapt yourself, old Frank Monday. Don't become a Luddite. Your friends all call you Heron. Okay, good to see you, Heron. Blessings, salutations, greetings to everyone joining me. Thank you for stopping by. Heron says, hi, lady. Always good to see you. So Mojo Shop and Heron, I guess you guys know each other. It's interesting to me. I've actually been streaming a bit recently, but I just haven't been streaming here via the old Frank Monday channel. I've been visiting other people's chats. So I've been on chats with Jack a couple of times. I've tried to broadcast a little bit of that via my channel here as well, so that people know I'm over there and then go over and watch if they want. But I don't have that many StreamYard hours per month, so I try to ration them out and use them when I think that other people will join me on my channel and do a little talking back and forth. Heron says, I would rather not have used numbers, but Heron's song by its own was not available. Yeah, that makes sense to me. And like 1977, obviously, that's something I can get my head around, right? It's the other, I'm the one and only. I gotcha. Yeah, those numbers make sense to me. It's sometimes like the other user up there, Parallax, and then JI4ZU. That seems like a bit of, unless you're like trying to encode something, you know, it just kind of makes the mind, the curiosity of the intellectual mind, tries to sort those things out and creates a little static. But once you've gotten past that initial learning curve of new information, right, then next time you look at it, it doesn't matter as much. As you may know, you may or may not know, I don't know, I think I have it as actually a banner here because I taught a workshop on knowledge acquisition. Yeah, here it is. I do still have this banner. How funny. Let's see how my ugly mug looks first thing in the morning. Nice, handsome fellow. Gonna need to shave today. I got a bunch of shit I got to do today, man. But in the process of knowledge acquisition and learning, they have identified 4 distinct stages. The first one is awareness of the thing. So prior to having any awareness of a thing, then the thing isn't there, right? So say, for example, the first time I encounter a pair of reading glasses, I look down at them, I say, what are those? It's kind of an interesting device. And then, so they come into my awareness for the first time. They have to come in as an associate of something else. So maybe I already know about plastic and the color black and glass. And then I put 2 and 2 together and I say two glass plates in a frame like that. That, I mean, of course, who would have not encountered eyeglasses before, right? But I'd say that makes sense to put them on like that. Then I would see that they have a magnifying function, right, for up close stuff. And so that would be the awareness process, the awareness phase of knowledge acquisition. Then the next time I see them, I would have recognition and say, oh, I've seen those before. I don't, maybe still don't know what they are exactly. But that second encounter, even in the permanence of memory, right? Like when a child stays in the awareness phase for a long, long time, like 2-year-olds, they don't have memory permanence. So like when you cover your face, to them, you've disappeared and now you've just become a hand, right? Because they base a lot of things on registering the eyes as human activity. And so then the second time I encounter these, if no memory permanence, then there'll be a little bit and I'll have recognition. I'll say, oh, yeah, I've seen those before. Then at least the third phase of integrating that new thing, that new aware item after recognition is knowledge and understanding, or getting to know the thing itself, right? Whether someone tells you about it and you gather more data to associate with it, or you look it up in a dictionary, or you read the handbook, so on and so forth. That brings you to the knowledge and understanding. Mastery would occur when you've become completely fluent and competent in using the thing. And not only can you recreate it from memory, you might even take mastery to the level of being able to build your own, right? For example, obviously you don't have to be able to build your own in order to master the usage of an item, but you see what I'm saying? That's the highest level. And so the idea is, how do you improve the efficiency and speed of this process? And one way to do that is by being aware, like metacognition, just simply being aware of its stages of development and how it works. And when you're aware of the stage, you can more rapidly push things from, through the nometic process from awareness to mastery. And so this works with all the techniques of learning, right? Like you might enjoy the Feynman technique or other memory palace techniques, and so on and so forth. That can help facilitate that. All right, so what's going on out in Happy Land today? I more enjoy the idea of a panel conversation, because just me monologuing about the relative drivel in my head most of the time isn't that much fun. But if I can respond to an actual live panelist, it seems to work a little better. So now we've got quite a collection of individuals here right now. It says that there are at least 5 folks in the chat, according to the metrics a moment ago. And it's kind of bouncing around a little bit, but let me check this here. Oh, what I should do. Give me a second, guys. Yeah, that's good magic right there. Now I gotta pin it. I think you guys know how this works, right? Maybe we get Snafu Snaps up here to call us all out for our maybe baby child molester, pedophiliac optics. That's what once you get associated with certain individuals here on BoobTube's Panelverse, then you start to get called out for certain things. Why won't it let me do this? Okay, there we go. Pin the message. Yeah, there, I pinned it. So I've put this link in the transmission box for any y'all good looking sexy people out there in Happy Land. Yeah, narf your supper, man. I don't know what narfing is, but I can figure it out, right? Sounds like scarf. Gonna scarf down some supper. Join me for a bit of pithy banter here on the old FM radio, middle of nowhere live stream. Yeah, y'all good looking sexy people. I know you know what's up. I know you guys are doing all right out there. Let me see if I can. Oh, my camera keeps turning off according to StreamYard. Try to clean that up a little bit. It looks like it's still pretty grainy. Maybe because it's the low light here in the room. Yeah, I think I can fix that. I really do. I'll show you how I think I can fix that. And then that board right behind me is really throwing off a hardcore reflection. I'm gonna roll this Frank Monday intro, and I'm gonna try to figure out some of these lighting issues. It's about 3 minutes long, this one. So give me a second. All right, that didn't work for shit. The old internet. Take a deep breath. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Deep breath. Sure.
Jesus is Okay, guys, our next comedian is a bit of a treat, to be honest. It is a bit of a treat. He's been away for 3 years. He is now back from the dead. Well, America. Give a big round of applause for Frank Monday. Did anyone want to repeat it?
Thank you, Nick. Appreciate that shit. Nick's a good man. You know what that's like, being a good man. It's tough in a fucking city like this, though. You know, nobody gives a fuck. They're like, God damn, that's some crazy shit. Motherfucker wearing high heels and shit. Looking good, too, huh? Yeah, you guys like that. That's all right. It's okay to fall down occasionally. I do that sometimes. All right, being back in the Jing is pretty fucking nerve-wracking. You know, performing for 4 minutes straight. The only other time I get this anxious when I gotta perform for 4 minutes straight is when I gotta make love to my wife.
Yeah, it's tough stuff, right? Onion ring. Yeah, they're all right.
Hey, be watching for the Star Wars blog Rebellion coming out in December. You'll love it. It's follow-up to the award-winning Generations. Oh yeah. There you go, Frank.
Here's my burger. Okay. Yeah, so I corrected one of the lighting problems and then another one cropped up. So I set up another light to get a little bit more soft lighting, but then it threw on another reflection behind me. You know, it is what it is. Amateur hour here at the old Frank Monday show, but yeah, just trying to get things together. Let's see how cranking up this light a little is going to affect everything. Yeah, it's gnarly. That's all right. I'm gonna need it to read by, so the links in the ideas room, guys. We'll hang around an hour and see if anybody has the fortitude and tenacity to join us, and if not, we'll just we'll call it a show. We're already 30 minutes in. Jesus Christ. I drew the chariot the other day in reference to something I was engaged in, and it says that for the chariot, the key is that it's important to remember, or important to exercise self-discipline. With continued effort, you can win the day and be triumphant. The memory, the mimetic for the chariot, again, this is in the awareness section of our encoding, right? Is achievement now with effort from you, control emotions and dreams do come true. It's very good. The guidelines are to remove all obstacles, and then you will have the vision to go ahead. Honor, award, or recognition is due to the client. Harness your energy. It must be applied wisely or you'll not make your point. So when the chariot major arcana comes up in a tarot reading, these are the things to keep in mind. When you work more with those major arcana, you'll start to realize and see, you'll recognize the Chariot when it comes up again. Once you've got it to the level of knowledge and understanding, you'll remember some of the key guidelines for it. And then mastery comes when you've totally integrated, you've done all your path working with it, you know where it is on the tree of life, you've worked through its energy, that it functions at a higher level. There is a big hair right there. There's a meditation provided for it in this book, which is A New Handbook for the Apprentice, Eileen Connolly's Tarot. And it says, as this beautiful meditation unfolds, one quickly senses the merging of divine forces which create a completely new vista of cosmic consciousness, revealing the unique necessity of positive and negative energies. These are represented in the card. If you've seen the card before, you know it. But by the twin sphinx at the front of the Chariot, one black and one white, right? One male and one female. The spiritual seeker learned the yin yang, right? The taiji of the thing, the alluding to the twin pillars at the gates of the temple. The spiritual seeker learns that the portrayal of the princely being within the symbol is akin to the human body, which houses the spiritual forces of the soul. This is an important message in and of itself. You see many commentators and people in the spiritual community that refer to their human body in a kind of a derogatory fashion, calling it things like the meat suit, the flesh bag, this kind of thing, which has always really chafed my hide. I hate that terminology. And well, I wouldn't say hate, but I find it distasteful because it tries to play down the role of the physical in life. And it's like, you're not going to be more spiritual by playing down the physical. The physical, right? Like it says here, it's the workshop of the subtle origin. Here it says the spiritual seeker learns that the portrayal of the princely being within the symbol is akin to one's own human body, which houses the spiritual forces of the soul. This majestic figure is like Apollo, who is the patron of light, life, and healing. And I think if you take a negative, diminished look at your physical body as being, oh, it's the meat suit I'm going to shed off at the time of death, and I'll finally be free, right? It's like, yeah, you don't really get it, do you? Right? The truth about spiritual cultivation and spiritual achievement is death isn't going to change anything. Someone said the other day that in life, all you have are questions, and in death, all you have are answers. And shifting from life to death, we're really having internet issues this morning, guys. I can see that. Oh, I just noticed. Heron Song says that they would like to seek guidance from the tarot with me as an intermediary. Yeah, I'd be more than willing to pull a few cards for you and see what you've got going on. I'll have to regather your data though, because I've cleared my desk and I put away all my notes. I'm not sure if they're handy, and I wasn't prepared to look at them right now, but I will. So give me a moment. So the majestic figure in the chariot is like Apollo, who is the patron of life, light, and healing. He represented the discipline and morals of human existence and the rules contained within the law. From Apollo and his followers, we received the inspiring philosophy of note scientia, which I believe is Greek. The Latin is nose te ipsum, and its English translation is know thyself, right? That great motto above the entrance to the Oracle at Delphi. And many halls of higher learning, yeah? And that's a part of it too, about knowing the body, right? The 7 is one of those completed numbers, right? The 5 is actually more representative of the human body, right? With its center column, right? The torso, the central pillar, and then its 5 accoutrements, 2 arms, 2 legs, and a head, right? So the 5, the pentacle, the pentagram, is more of a human number. And then the 7 is more of a planetary number, right? It's already touching into the celestial. We have the 5 primary planets and then the sun and the moon. Yeah. And so it's already a kind of leveling up. As we pursue our journey in this life, we must be ever thoughtful of the flow of cosmic energies and the natural laws, and be mindful of our ultimate goal, which should come to full realization by our controlling and understanding the God power within us all. We are indeed well blessed. The heavenly will is the gift of free will to all men. It is our divine inheritance to explore and realize the purpose of our existence and control our every act with the heavenly tools that God gave us. Understanding that life is affected by inner control, this meditation should be a priority for the student seeking order within himself. Regular meditation on the chariot to prepare for the balance needed for deeper comprehension. Wow, yeah, that's good stuff. Yeah, there's some good magic in this little book, guys. Tarot. A new handbook for the apprentice. I kind of overlooked it when I was younger because it has overtly Christian framing and elements. Yeah, this internet's doing something else, man. I don't get it at all. I don't know why it has to always act funny. But it is what it is, you know. I realized early on that if you fret over the small shit on these internet things, like the position of the camera, the absolute quality and perfection of your tertiary elements, the lighting, all of that. And if you fret over those things, you can fret over them endlessly, and they're never perfect. Yeah. So good enough is the way it goes in amateur broadcasting. If you want everything perfect, like AJ on Tucker Carlson last night, I don't know if you guys saw that or not. The guy who does the Y-Files, AJ and Hecklefish. Hecklefish should have been there too. That would have fucking taken the optics up to 11. But he wasn't. It was just AJ, which is enough, you know. AJ and Hecklefish, I believe they're probably the same thing. And he played more of a Hecklefish than he did like AJ the Straight Man on Tucker Carlson. Did you guys see that? I really want to download it and do some commentary on pieces of it because it's really good. But I was downloading something else. Oh, wow. Sorry about that. It's the professionalism of YouTube vlogging. But I didn't download it. Not yet, because that requires bandwidth, man. And you may or may not know this, but the internet here is not great at all. Like, even though I'm paying for like their top internet package, like you can see this, like how bad the rolling shutter is on this camera. I've got a beautiful camera that I was going to set up to use as my camera for my podcast here and get all the tertiary elements, all the backgrounds perfectly figured out, so there's no like annoying reflection off of a thing like that. Like I bought a matte finish on this poster board, didn't help, right? And I would just have to take the screen out entirely to reduce that. But then there would be probably one little blip of light in there anyway. And all these things you got to work out over time. And once you get it set up in one studio, then it's time to move to another studio. So I'm going to, and I had a collection of things like a red backdrop and just a few pieces of accoutrement, lights and stuff, like a, what's that called? A lava lamp and some other colored lights and stuff that I had already. And then when I moved from my last apartment into the new apartment, like everything just got fucking scattered to the wind. Even though I put determined focus on putting it all into one box, it all still ended up everywhere, all over the place. Yeah. So yeah, that is what it is, right? But yeah, like I was saying, those all of those elements involved in the thing, you work them out once and you've never got them fully worked out. And so the attitude of the Chinese have an expression, they say "chabdo ju dele," or get it close and then move forward. Because if you start to scrutinize every single little aspect, right? Do I got my cream on? Does my hair look nice? All these things, you're going to find that you're going to start putting up barriers, just like that. This microphone, because the bottom's showing, I'm like, that doesn't look good. You know, you want to do that. You're going to start discovering that the scrutinizing mind can create so many barriers to entry into the thing itself that you'll never get it done. You'll never be able to take action because nothing's ever perfect, right? And you're just going to have to roll with the moment, because the real battle is showing up and doing the thing. And if you can't do the thing because you haven't had a cup of coffee or a shit shower and shave, then the thing is never going to get done, because there's never enough time in the day to do the things that need to be done. So that's why you need to, or an individual would benefit from lessening and every day giving something up and streamlining processes, and then letting go of worry, right? Just being here in the moment. I'm here in the moment. I'm here with you right now, Wayfarer. Okay, so Heron said in the chat a moment ago, Mr. Frank Monday, if you're pulling cards, I have a query, if you're agreeable. Yeah, I'm agreeable if you're still here, Heron. If I didn't lose you in that short diatribe, because the real reason I opened up the panel today is I wanted to get on and talk with some people directly, right, as a kind of social media. But there's very few people on the Frank Monday channel that will swing in to say hello these days. So it is what it is. But it looks like you might have already posted your question here. Let me see if I can read it. Take a deep breath. And Heron, let me know if you're still in the chat room. Let me know. Heron song, 1977. And we'll pull some tarot cards for you, because I don't think anybody's here anymore. View count dropped to 0. Heron says there's been much chaos at the hand of a individual, and everyone is fed up. Some have complained, some intend to do so as well. I'd love to know what the outcome will be. Yeah, that's a really good question for the tarot. We could look into that a little more deeply, but it looks like you've left. So maybe I can read on that anyway, even though you're no longer with me. Anybody else out there in Happy Land besides Heron, since I think Heron has exited the building? Anyone else out there in Happy Land have a query for the tarot? The tarot. We'll set that microphone down. We'll take this into notes and considerations. Notes and considerations for the tarot, my friends. See, now I need the glasses. I set the glasses down to grab the pad, then I need the glasses to see the pad. This fucking... This getting old shit ain't no fun, man. Don't do it, right? Don't fuck around and get old. Yeah, so a couple of items I'm going to get for the studio here. I'm going to improve the lighting a little bit, improve the background elements, set up the camera in the right correct place. Oh, and the reason I was commenting on the camera is because I have a really nice HD camera. I got DSLR. I've got a couple of nice cameras, and framing could be a lot better with the desk. I could set up the elements on the desk and make this a very professional presentation. But then I realized the internet doesn't support it. I don't have the internet strength to really make it worthwhile. And then I'm not a preeminent YouTuber. I haven't done the thing yet, right? As much as I've done, I've made 5,000 videos for YouTube, and none of them have ever received any virality. In fact, one of the most simplistic videos I ever made, my middle pillar video, has got the best returns on investment. It's got like 4,700 views now or something, which is, it has a lot more than that, because for like 3 years it got like 150 views a day or something, 100 to 150, and YouTube never increased the view count on it. So I don't know why YouTube is shitting on me, as it were. But yeah, a couple of my videos I think have over 10,000 views, but it doesn't register here on YouTube. So I'm gonna write down your question here, Heron. Heron song 1977. I don't know any of your astrological data, except for that you're born in the year of the snake. That's pretty cool. Snake. I believe if it's within the confines of the Chinese New Year, you know, if you're born in January or February, you might be the sign before. So there's always a chance of that. Supervisor situation. This is a time-sensitive question as well, right? So if I don't get to it right away, then supervisor. The moment may have passed, right? But yeah, I'll leave it there in the notes in case you come back, Heron. And anyone else out there, it looks like we might have more than one viewer in the ideas room. Yeah, so the composition of the thing, right? The framing of the window. I think about a lot of these elements because I worked in film in the past. I wasn't camera, though. I did a little bit of sound and color correcting and editing and shit like that. So I definitely get all that. But setting that up and then keeping it perfect, that's like professional level work. And this isn't professional. This is amateur hour here on YouTube, right? Professional channels. I would say you don't need to worry about being professional or upping your game really until maybe you're around, I don't know, 100,000 to 500,000 subs. When you're in the 100,000 range, once you've broke the 10,000 range, then maybe you can start thinking a little bit more about like paying for some of the premium services online that make your connection to the thing a little bit more stable. And then once you get to the 100,000 sub mark, then you can essentially worry about all the constant variables of correct camera placement, dedicated studio, dedicated lighting, maybe be able to hire someone to do, what's that called? Oh, production, hire a production manager, the kind of thing I used to do in the film industry. Which that's a lot of work. And when I was doing that, I was really well paid. And I enjoyed it a lot because it was like, you know, it's very suited to like an ADHD type, right? A lot of elements to manage simultaneously, and you don't have to get stuck on any one thing. So it was a good magic. I did a little acting as well, but you got to have the right role for that. And I don't like being under that much scrutiny. I'd rather do behind the camera things rather than in front of the camera. Back house rather than front of the house. I'd rather work back of the house. In direct interactions with people, I like front of the house. But when it comes to audio, like video, when it comes to video and representation, there's just too much scrutiny over perfection, right? And everyone's going to chime in with their fucking 2 cents about this, that, or the other thing. And I'm not down for that kind of scrutiny. Especially when I live by a philosophy of chabdojudole, right? Just get it done. That's half the battle right there, getting it done. You can worry about perfecting it later on. Yeah. So we've hit the 1 hour mark, guys. I got to remember to do the channel blurbs. Frank Monday coming at you once again like Finnegan from here in the Central Kingdom of the Celestial Dragon. I am your Grand Wizard of the Esoteric Order of Dagon. Eastern Star Temple of the Eastern Star over here in the Grand Orient. I remind you, Wayfarer, to hit that old like button. Poke at it, tap it, slap it around a bit. Get those likes in, man. Help me promote the video. There's only one like on the video, and we have 5 people stop by. So yeah, it's too much to ask, right? Well, you know, it is what it is. And then the other thing here is to check me out on buymeacoffee.com. In fact, I figure when I go on vacation, I'm going to get a ton of shit done. I always feel like that. But then I always crash out and sleep for like 3 days. Let's see, I've been on vacation for exactly 1 week, and I've pretty much slept the whole time. So yeah, I need to get up off my ass and start getting shit done. Well, I mean, that's not fair. I've been doing cooking and cleaning and cooking and cleaning and cooking and cleaning. I mean, I got 2 children that fucking don't even know how to put a goddamn sandwich together, or they act like it, right? It's not that they don't know how. It's just that, oh, Dad, feed me, feed me. And like, motherfucker, you're 20 years old and you still haven't learned to feed yourself. The problem is, like, doing good cooking is an art. It's an art and a science. And you can have the basics figured out, but to actually be able to cook well, that fucking takes time to learn how to do. And I'm a pretty damn good cook, but it takes a lot of energy. And again, it's kind of an ADHD task, right? You're juggling tons of elements, heats and timings and materials and recipes. And you can't just make one fucking simple dish, right? Every meal has to be an elaborate feast here in China, you know, so you got to cut and wash. You got to wash and cut and prepare all of your vegetables and meats, and then have all of those ready as you stand in front of this, you know, this wok burning at 1,000 degrees, and you got to stir fry everything to the exact specifications and know when to add the spices. And cooking Chinese food requires what we call gong fu, right? Or a level of skill that's truly to like get it right. Anybody can just do it. You can just fucking throw it together, but you're not really cooking Chinese food unless you know how to use a really hot wok and how to boil bones and make sauces and shit like that. A good Chinese restaurant that does proper Chinese cooking, not the fucking Americanized horse shit you're getting with these corporate installations these days, is really a beautiful thing. I mean, good God, I knew a family that ran a restaurant, and the head of the family, the dad, the chef, the hat chef that ran that place, dude was a fucking master of magic, man. Good Chinese food is magical, but he had to dedicate his whole life to doing that, you know? And it paid off, you know? He ultimately ended up making millions of dollars. You know, it's saving probably tens of millions. So very highly successful individual, but he destroyed his physical health essentially, because working in front of those hot gases all the time, no good, no bueno for your health, not for your longevity. But it's a fun thing, and it's a beautiful thing. And so thank you for your service, Mr. Wong. You was the Wong chef, right? But you were the right chef in my heart, baby. I love you. Yeah, did we get all the blurbs out there? Yeah, we'll just go ahead and call it then, guys. Check me out on buymeacoffee.com/Frank Monday. Put a little something in the tip jar, you know, if you've ever benefited from being here. And if not, you know, it's all right too. Maybe one day you will. I'll finish off with the invocation of total integration. Heaven and earth are the spontaneous manifestations of the subtle, wondrous universal law. As the original oneness expresses itself, gross and subtle energies become distinctly divided. Our bodily caves are brightly illuminated by the mysterious light from the 3 Dantian bridge points leading to immortality: celestial Dantian, terrestrial, and infernal Dantians. Bridge points leading to immortality. The powerful spirits of the octahedron join our being with the true origin of life by the absolute order of the divine Ling Bao in the highest 9th heaven. Send the positive energies of Qianlo, Danna, Dengkan, and Taishuan to destroy our spiritual obstacles and debilitate any evil influence. This order is given by the highest sovereignty. Adonai. It is a jade oracle from the subtle origin. I invoke with strong sincerity to drive away the demons and evils, right? The evil demon king Mo Wong is chained to stand as our garden servant. The powerful atmosphere has been generated, dispersing all negativity and endless human opinion. The Chi of Tao is everlasting. So it is commanded and confirmed. So mote it be. Amen. All right, y'all good looking, sexy people out in Happy Land. Next time, maybe someone will join me for a little banter. If not, it is what it is. I love y'all. And I'll see you in the abodes of the future. Keep doing good magic. Bye for now.